Most people think building wealth has to be complicated. Like you have to start day trading. You have to find the next big company or start the next big company. Or like you have to time the market perfectly. But see, none of that stuff is true, man. Real wealth, the kind that change your life forever, is actually done by doing a few things very consistently. So in this video, I'm going to break down, we're going to discuss, man, and talk about the things we can do to keep building our wealth. I'm going to talk about the things that I do personally, the things I learned from some of my mentors who are millionaires and, good people I'm around too as far as business people, all right? If you're new to the channel, first off, welcome. If you've been here before, of course, man, welcome back. My name is James Strong. I make videos about investing in the financial markets, specifically trading the futures market and investing in the stock market, right? We trade the futures to grow our capital, and we invest in stocks to build asset appreciation and grow our wealth over the long term. See, we don't trade or invest. We trade and invest because these two combined is a potent combination to fast track our way to financial freedom, man. And we know we want financial freedom. You understand what I'm saying? We need financial freedom. That's what it's about, man. So before we get in this, man, I want to go, before we get heavy, I want to go into a lot of problems that a lot of people who are trying to build wealth are facing, right? So the problem most people have is, number one, they're trying to always chase like a hype play, some kind of get rich quick scenario, or like get rich super fast. And realistically, most things don't happen like that, right? They think investing has to be risky or complicated, and it does not. I'm telling you that right now. Like, I make money every single day from investments, and I don't have a lot of risky investments. I have some things that are a lot more aggressive than others, of course, because scared money doesn't make any money. You understand? So we do need to have some money at risk that is in aggressive portion of our portfolio. And then we can have a conservative portion of our portfolio, right? And some of them could be moderate risk. Everything depends on your age and your goals and all type of thing, right? Your capital that you're willing to put at hand. Another thing people do is they want to overthink their investments always, and then by the time you start overthinking, you get a paralysis by analysis. And so a lot of times people start thinking instead of just pulling the trigger, and they never end up shooting a shot. And you already know, if you never shoot a shot in the game, you gonna have 0 points. You know what I mean? So that's another one. And the truth is, simple and boring, man, is gonna beat flashy all day long. It's better to just put your money in a simple, conservative investment than just to sit on the sidelines and do nothing, right? We need to have our money working. Our money needs a job. I can't have no unemployed money, and you can't either, right? For the sake of you know what I'm saying, retiring early, you feel me, retiring young, traveling the world, taking care of your family, taking care of your wife, your children, mom, dad, everybody, you feel me, like whoever you want to, right? Shoot, or just yourself, man. Like, that money got to be working, you know what I'm saying? So out here, man, with a strong family, right, with a strong empire, we cannot have unemployed money out here. All right, none of us have unemployed money. So y'all family, hey, I'm gonna advise you, let your money get a job. You know what I'm saying? I had to say it like that little I don't know what kind of accent that was, man. You know what I'm saying? But get your money to get a job, right? Put your money to work, man. And so some of the easiest investments we can use to build wealth, right? So let's go ahead and jump into a lot of these joints. Number one, and this is no particular order, but I will say what I feel is the best or superpower for last, right? So first one, index funds. This can be S&P 500. This can be the NASDAQ. This can be Dow Jones. This can be Russell 2000. This is built-in diversification. So if you don't know where to put your money, or you don't know how to read the fundamentals of a company, look at the value of a company. There are a lot of books when it comes to like picking stocks and looking at the valuation and all these things. It is real heavy, right? If you don't even want to put that time into it, look into index funds. This is a simple way to diversify your money. It's going to grow over time with the market, right? And it's a simple way that you're actually just essentially you're betting on the economy. Now, one thing too that a lot of people don't know, and this is a bonus for y'all since y'all family, you don't have to be in indexes that are just in America. This is something that like I personally do, right? If you believe in other economies, go invest in them too. You can go invest in, Japan or other countries as well that have a strong presence you believe in. So you can have some money allocated in your portfolio to indexes in America that are American based, So like S&P 500 has the top 500 companies in America, right? You can use these, but then you also can have them in other countries too. So use index funds, and this is a simple way to have like, easy investments and have your money just working for you on autopilot. You know what I mean? Another one is dividend growth stocks. So dividend growth stocks are companies that are going to pay dividends out to you. And this is how you start to increase your income every year and get paid for owning a company, because they're going to pay you dividends. Some companies will actually pay you more every year too, right? Some don't. It depends. You need to look at their financials and all that good stuff. But like, you're getting paid to own the company, and if you pick the right stocks as well, the value can actually go up. So one, you'll be getting paid, and then two, your money is still it's appreciating, right? So you're getting paid to make money and for your money to make money. So it's like a double. You feel me? Like you're gonna get paid every freaking month, or annually, or quarterly, right? It depends on how their pay structure is for their dividends. So again, look into the individual companies, but also if you pick the right ones, the value the value of the overall company is going to go up. So it's going to appreciate, meaning like you put in $10,000, you'll get paid, let's just say monthly on the payment schedule. And it might be worth $15, $20, $30, $40,000 in the future. So your money is going to double, triple, maybe even quadruple, right? Easy win, man. And this is how you build cash flow and income that grows over time. All right. Another one. So everybody knows real estate. Now, one thing is, I've actually had real estate when I was in grad school. I had houses under contract and all type of things while I was going to school, while I was working 2 jobs. You know what I'm saying? Like all that good stuff, right? Me personally, the type of real estate I like is not residential, right? I like commercial real estate. I worked with a guy too who was actually building a what's them joints called? Like a shopping center, right? So like back in North Carolina, or should they have them everywhere, right? The outlets, right? I was working with a guy who was doing those, building outlet malls. And so I got to see the commercial side and residential side, and there's different forms of commercial. So again, I'm not gonna make this a real estate video, but there's different forms of commercial. I'm not even saying that. I'm just saying like I have experience in real estate. So I got to see things I did and did not like, right? Well, one easy way, if you don't want to deal, like me personally, I don't like dealing with tenants. I don't want to deal with people. I don't want to chase no money. I don't want to have a property management company. I don't want to deal with none of it, man. I'm cool, right? So, well, how else can we get into real estate? Yo, we can get into REITs, right? So we can get into REITs and have real estate investment trust, right? They're going to manage the property for you. And then we buy into it essentially, right? I'm keeping it super simple. Essentially, we buy into it and we get a portion of the portfolio. So it's kind of like we get stock. We get a portion of ownership into this portfolio of real estate. And you can still earn income like this, and you can get the same appreciation without actually having to own the physical property. I like this as well. Again, there's a lot of investments out here, but I want to give y'all like super simple ones, you know what I'm saying? And very easy ones that you can start taking advantage of like ASAP to start building wealth. You can do more. This is not an or thing. Remember, this is an and, right? Start somewhere. Just make sure you guys are starting and you're getting your money to work. And if your money unemployed, you get that lazy ass money a job. You hear what I'm saying? Because we got to get this thing going, right? So people always need somewhere to stay. We already know that, right? It's not going nowhere. If you don't want to physically go search for property, all that stuff, REITs may be a good idea. And this is also something that I personally invest in as well, right? There's a bunch of different REITs. There's REITs for different sectors and everything. So again, man, it's like a candy store. Hey, whatever you like, it's out there. And this is one I think is the most important, is yourself. The thing that's going to pay you back over and over and over are skills that raise your income. Skills, as I always say, skills that pay the bills. Learn a tangible skill. Invest in learning high value skills. Learn sales, learn trading, anything like that that's going to grow your income over time, right? The more income you have, the more money you can invest. The more money you can invest, the faster you can build wealth. It's as simple as that, right? But we need the input, which is money, to be able to get the output, which is more money to buy time, right? We don't want money for the sake of money. We want to be able to buy time, you know what I mean? And be able to do what we want to do when we want to do it. That is the point. And then we can go help other people and all that good stuff too. So you need more money. Your skill set is one investment that nobody can ever take from you. So always make sure you invest in your skill set. And if you want to add a skill that you guys should grow your income with, you can fast track it and you can increase your income while you're building wealth. Then I want to invite you to join my next Futures to Freedom challenge, right? So you can find the link down below in the description. Check it out, man. I want to invite you to that. We're going to cover everything. We're going to learn how to do it the right way and not gamble, and learn how to trade futures correctly, right? So again, if you guys want to learn the skill of trading the futures market, then make sure you check out my next challenge. Now, a lot of people are going to ignore a lot of these things. Why are they going to ignore this, man? It seems so simple. That's the point. A lot of times people ignore simple stuff because it's not flashy, it's not exciting, and they want flashy. And it's similar to like the trading. Like with a lot of my students, like they know I'm real. I'm chill. Like in real life, I'm a very chill person. Now I love comedy, you know what I mean? I love cracking jokes, but like I'm real mellow. And I treat my trading the same way because I always say this stuff, man. Your trading should be boring. Your trading should be super boring. And that doesn't mean like, oh, I hate it. No, I mean like there shouldn't really be any surprises or any sparks or fireworks or anything like that, right? Like it shouldn't be the 4th of July day you trade and you hype. Like it should just be regular. Because eventually you want to get to the point where you get numb. The same thing with your long-term investments. It should just be like it is what it is, right? You just doing it. You know, I'm just investing in my REIT. I'm just investing in my index funds. I'm just, you know, buying some commodities and, you know, ABC, right? It should just be that, to where you're not getting emotional about it, because it takes patience and years, not weeks. Now people hear that and they don't ever start, but then they look up and it's been 5-10 years and they have nothing to show for it. And they're in the same, usually a worse position because they did nothing. So the people who actually stick to it, they're going to wake up one day and realize, oh shoot, they're free. And I can personally attest to this because, man, I've had my head down for a long time, betting on myself, taking risk on myself, investing in myself, you know, leaving paid for scholarships, starting businesses, losing it, starting businesses, losing money, starting businesses, making money, then losing the business, like all over and over and over. And then like, truly, man, even this year, last year looking up and like, you know, net worth was negative, like almost negative 6 figures for real. But it was like negative 80, 90,000 or something at one point. And then it's like, it's a 180, you know what I mean? Like literally from trading and things like that and using that income to fast track and pay off debt, all this stuff turn around. It's like, oh shoot, you know what I mean? I'm still in my 20s. I'm like, yo. And then even now this year, I'm on a higher trajectory, you know what I mean? But again, I'm just chill. I'm not flashy. That's just my personality. You know what I mean? I'm a chill guy, but it's like, you know, even this year I'm going out the country already. I already got other trips planned out the country, right? And I'm like, dude, that's what happens when you make the right investments. Remember, invest in yourself and invest in the right vehicles as well. So remember, man, building wealth isn't about doing more, all right? It's about doing the right things longer than everybody else. Come on, man. I got to get a slow motion, man. Shout out to Ralph, man. You don't know about the slow motion, man. Hey, you got to check Ralph out, boy. But that was my guy back in the day, man. But man, dude, right? It's not about doing more, man. It's about doing the right things longer than everybody else. And not even about everybody else, man. It's just about doing the right things long enough. Do them long enough, man. All work works. If you work it, all work works. All right. Focus on simple, proven investments, man. Stay consistent and let time do its thing. You wouldn't, man, I ain't gonna say nothing. Matter of fact, I might say that. It depends on how I'm feeling in a few seconds, man. But if you hungry, dude, you don't go, and this is the problem with the microwave generation now, man. Like, you don't put a seed in the ground and then pull it out in 10 minutes, like, you know, where the cucumbers at? Where the salad at? Where the spinach at? I'm hungry. You don't put a seed in a woman and be like, all right, yo, where the baby at? It's been a week. Things take time to grow and get nurtured. And so does building wealth. So does achieving, you know, financial independence, right? You should see progress, but it's not going to be what you may think. So make sure you have a realistic expectation as to what the progress is going to be. All right. You don't have to swing for the fences. You just got to stay in the game, but you do have to swing, man. So make sure you invest in yourself. Let me know what moves you guys are making to build wealth, man. All of us can learn. You know, we got a growing community. Tap in, let us know what you've been thinking about doing if you haven't been doing it. shoot, what's holding you up, man, and like get started. You know what I'm saying? Like what you about to get started on, what you seeing this shit for 2025 and beyond, like what you thinking about putting your money into. All right. And remember, man, if y'all want to learn the skill of trading and futures trading specifically, then make sure you guys check out my next challenge, the Futures to Freedom Challenge, man, where I'm going through that and I'm breaking that down. And again, I invite you guys to that because you need a skill that's going to change your life forever. Right. This is one of the few things you can do if you learn how to do it properly. If you treat it like a real business, that you can do this and things. And like myself, I use it personally to fund other things like my long-term investments and my stocks. So, man, I hope y'all got a lot of value from this video. If you like making money, make sure you subscribe to the channel. If you don't like making money, then don't subscribe. It's that simple. And until next time, much love.